Hey, how we doing, everybody? It's another beautiful day in the Cheesy Boom Workshop. OPD here. Today we're going to be looking at SAKs, Swiss Army knives. This is in response to J.O. Ventures Outdoors SAK Pack. This little knife here used to belong to Stephen Thompson. Picked this up at a little thrift shop for $3. Again, I'm not up on the names of these, but this is your typical little everyday Swiss Army knife. That is probably the lesser tool one. I think it had 8 or 10 tools in it. Victorinox may count that as a 12 tool. This one here, pretty typical Swiss Army knife. The corkscrew, the sewing awl, drill, punch combination there, and the ring. Victorinox actually counts that as one of the features or tools. Small blade, main blade, saw, shears. Now you note here on the shears has the typical spring. That's important to note for reference later in the video. And the openers, tweezers, toothpick, typical stuff. Next knife is the same one as the last one, but this one has the hook attachment. Again, note the spring on the scissors, and here note the can opener. All right, the very tip of that is for a Phillips screwdriver or a small flat screwdriver. Your main blade, small blade, wood saw, shears, Phillips tip, flat tip, bottle opener, wire, stripper, whatever you call that. This particular knife has a matte finish, which I really like. It's a little grippier than the standard smooth. I'm playing this music in the background to drown out the sound of the car running because I'm recording this during my lunch break. And this is the next step up. This one here is the same knife as the last one, but this one has the addition of a, on the back side here, you have the punch sewing awl, you have the hook, you have a small screwdriver. I believe they call that the citrus blade for some reason. And I'm trying to get, I closed it down on the ring there. Okay, the hook, get this corkscrew out of the way so I can show you the other blade here, which is a chisel. A lot of people think this is a screwdriver, but if you look at that angled sharp edge on there, if I can focus on it, it's actually a very effective little chisel. And of course, main blade, small blade, nail file, hacksaw, nail cleaner. That accounts for 3 individual tool listings on their list of tools. There you see the hacksaw edge. Don't know that you would cut any locks off, but there it is. And of course the openers, nail file, tweezers. Now this knife, Swiss Army knife, but this is a Wenger. This one has the screwdriver, like the tradesman, I believe they call it. The straight punch, no sewing awl. But look at that spring on those scissors. It is not like the little spring. This is more of a torsion bar type spring. I'm sorry I wasn't very in frame on that, but it's a little torsion bar type. And of course the saw and the openers. No Phillips screwdriver on that one, straight can opener. This next knife is sort of an honorable mention, American version Swiss Army knife. You see it says Coors advertising on it, but you have the corkscrew on the back. And yeah, it's a little dirty because I use it frequently. Main blade, can opener screwdriver, bottle opener screwdriver, small little Warncliffe style blade, handy little box package opener. And then the main blade, but instead of Victorinox, it says Colonial, Providence, USA. Excuse me. So that's sort of a little honorable mention type knife. This next knife, not a Swiss Army knife, but excuse me, it is Victorinox, and it is my wife's favorite new kitchen knife. Sharp as a razor, handy size, perfect little kitchen knife. This next one was a knife I bought myself for an anniversary gift this year. This knife is made by Wenger, and it is a large fillet knife and a nice leather sheath. I absolutely love this knife. Again, it's made by Wenger. Very common. You can, buy them anywhere. But this was the first time I'd ever seen one, so I just had to have it. You know how those impulse buys are. That's the main collection, with the exception of the numerous classics and SD classics. There's one on every keychain. There's one in the glove box of the car. There's one in the truck, one in the first aid kit. Super handy little knives. Always have one of those with me. So that's the main bulk of the collection. I do have a couple of regular, like the first couple that I showed, that are in bug out bags and in my truck bag. So I have 3 or 4 other Swiss Army knives, but this is my baby. Look at this joker. This thing's got more tools than Makita. I think I paid $15 for this knife. It has a little bit of everything that I've already shown. Corkscrew with the eyeglass screwdriver that I'll probably switch out for a fire starter, or some of them even have little flashlights that go in there. There's a lot of accessories you can put in that corkscrew. Very cool. The chisel, the citrus blade, the hook, and the awl. So a bunch of tools, 5 or 6 on the back at least. And some of those have multiple functions. And then you have the saw, hacksaw, or the file and hacksaw, main blade, small blade, fish scaler, hook remover, the shears, the wood saw, Phillips screwdriver, very handy, and the openers. Then it has this handy little magnifying glass, fire starter, you name it, you can use it for. And then these guys are my favorites. It's not going to do any heavy work. The tweezers are great for a splinter, but if you get a large thorn, maybe it went through your shoe, you got to get out. Those pliers would be super handy for that. Crimping sinkers on your fishing line. But then there's the sheath. And the sheath is a Swiss Army knife in itself, in that it has multiple functions. Besides holding the knife, it has this little pouch here with Band-Aids and instructions for tying knots, sewing kit, has a piece of graph paper for making notes or charting a map, has a signaling mirror, which can be used in conjunction with the compass and other things for charting a map or whatever. And again, band-aids, fire starting notes, sharpening your notes for the knife sharpener. There's a bunch of handy little stuff in this tiny little package here. Down in the main sheath, you can see I have some other first aid items. Sanitary towelettes, alcohol wipes, things of that nature. And there's a couple more band-aids down in there as well. And of course, it holds the knife. Now you're going to see me fumbling with this a little bit because you need the top open to get these tools out. I keep forgetting that. But this is the map tool, compass, map charting, ruler, multi-tool in itself. Up there in that upper flap, there's supposed to be matches in there. Okay, sorry about that. The phone rang for about the 4th time during this video. So this side, there is the knife sharpener stone here. And it's a medium grit type little stone there. Works pretty good. And there's also this little mechanical pencil. And once again, I forgot to open that main flap and get this out. This little pencil works pretty good. It's hard for me to operate. I have tiny little hands. I'm turning that, and that's not how it works. It's a grabber style tip there. And of course, I'm going to drop the lead and fumble with that because I'm old and can't see. And I could have edited this out, but I'm trying to limit the amount of edits on the video to just audio because of, so I got to put these on so I can see what I'm doing. Again, recording this on my lunch break because I can't find a quiet moment at home. It's crazy. But here once again, here we go. The lead in there works great for making notes on your map or leaving a note for someone. Just all around handy little pencil. And then up here in this little flap, there's some safety pins and a match strike for the matches that are supposed to be on the other side. Little match strike there. A couple safety pins. And I'm out of frame again. Sorry about that. But there you go. That's the Swiss Army knife of a sheath that goes with that knife. This is my, if I'm going to do a bug out situation, that tool, although heavier than the other ones, that's sort of a bug out bag in itself. First aid, tools. So there you go, guys. This is the bulk of my Swiss Army knife, Victorinox, Wenger, and Colonial collection there. Honorable mention. So there you go. Hopefully this qualifies as a SAK Pack contribution. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and above all, have a beautiful day.